left side, and the hook and ladder! Shot to shoot, and he scores! That's hit deep into left, and that's out of here! Safe.
Farmington wearing their road jerseys, the black tops and the black shorts with the gold trim. DeSoto in their home whites with the green trim. It'll be Brimmer and Miller to tip things off. We are underway, and a violation on John Brimmer on the opening tip, called by the FAR referee. I don't think I've ever seen that before. I guess he stepped over the half-court line. So Farmington will start the basketball game with the basketball, as Brian Krause will run the point. DeSoto in a 2-3 zone. Krause swings it over to Miller, right wing, back to Krause, top of the key. Over to Nick Baker, left wing, back to Krause between the circles. Now in the corner, it's Miller, spots for three, got it to go. Lance Miller gets things going right for the Farmington Knights.
Not a very good idea to leave that sharpshooter open like that.
Full court press now being applied. Jared White loses the basketball, and it's picked up by Clifford in the backcourt. So already that pressure getting to DeSoto. Top of the key, Miller takes one dribble over to the left wing. Nick Baker dribbles to the left corner now to Clifford on the inside. Kicks it back out, now swings it around. Baker on the inside, kicks it out to Denman, spots for three from the right wing, no good, rebound Clifford. Kicks it out to Baker in the corner for Krause. Guarded by Brimmer. Krause takes one dribble, gives it over to Baker, left wing. Baker's gonna dribble between the circles, kicks it over left side, Denman. 15 feet left wing, Clifford hits the shot, gets it to go, it's 5-0 Farmington.
Good ball movement by Farmington, very patient. DeSoto coming out with that zone. Farmington attacked it and got a good shot.
DeSoto breaks the press nicely. Krodinger goes up for the layup, can't get it to go. Good defense by Clifford of getting back. Rebound to Brian Krause. Down court, he hands it over. Now it's Miller, right wing, open three off the back iron. O'Day, a good box out on Clifford. Now it's Adam Jones, gives it over to White, who crosses the timeline, and DeSoto will set up their offense. O'Day comes out to set a screen 30 feet from the basket. White now gives it to Krodinger. Free throw line, it's Jones, takes one step to the right elbow, puts it up, no good. Rebound, and good job by Miller to use his body position, hands over to Krause. Krause now driving baseline, kicks it out in the corner for Denman. Denman takes a dribble right wing, Krause right wing, open three, got it to go, Brian Krause. With a three, it's 8-0 Farmington, and Alan Davis is going to call a 30-second timeout here with 6:01 to go in the first quarter.
Rain and threes for the most part for Farmington. They're hitting their shots from the perimeter. Big three in the corner there by Krause. Knights are doing everything they want so far in the early going of this one. DeSoto, it's not that they're looking bad on defense, but they haven't had the ball to really do anything offensively.
Farmington spreading the ball around very, very nicely, crisp passing. And they are finding the open man, and not only that, but they're knocking down shots, and that's exactly what Alan Davis told me before the game. He said they're not going to miss the shots they missed in the championship game 6 nights ago.
Well, they're 3 out of 5 so far to start this one, and 2 out of 4 from beyond the three-point arc. So Farmington off to a good start from the perimeter, which is dangerous.
Absolutely. Jones will inbound. Full court press being applied by the Knights. Gives it up to Krodinger. Krodinger picks up his dribble, now cross court to O'Day. O'Day has it, he's going to hand it to Krodinger, just short of the timeline. Now it's Brimmer at the free throw line, a little turnaround jumper in the lane, got it to go. Tough shot by John Brimmer, but it gets DeSoto on the board, it's 8-2.
Yeah, the Farmington defender right in his face, still got it to go, got DeSoto on the board.
Krause jump step in the lane, finds Baker cutting to the basket, and gets called for the travel.
First turnover on Farmington, both teams with one. See if DeSoto can take advantage, cut it down to a one-possession game.
8-2 here in the early going in favor of Farmington. Krodinger has it just beyond the half-court line. Pressured by Denman. Now double team, it's Krause. Hands off to Jones. Farmington in a zone. Jones at the top of the key. Gives it over to Jared White. Down low for O'Day. Tries to drive baseline. Has a shot blocked by Clifford out of bounds. Remains with DeSoto. They'll inbound underneath their own basket.
Dragons just have to be patient when they have the basketball. Look for good shots. Farmington's going to get after you defensively, but just work for the good shot.
White inbounds to Krodinger. Right corner, missed the three. Rebound to Jared White. Drives it all the way to the basket. Strong move, has a shot block, gets his own rebound. The ball stripped away, still loose, out of bounds, off of Jared White. It will go to Farmington. Just a good job of swarming Jared White when he was underneath the basket. It was Denman, Kraus, and Clippard all on him.
White likes to take the ball to the basket. He doesn't settle for that perimeter shot. That'll come in time. He's only a freshman, but his big attribute is taking the ball to the hoop.
Kraus has it at the top of the key. Steps just inside the arc, takes the long jumper, no good. Rebound still tipped around, and Jared White comes up with it. Great pass down court to Krodinger, who had already taken off, and it's an easy bucket for John Krodinger. DeSoto cuts this lead in half. It's 8-4.
Dragons need to continue to work hard on defense.
Kraus skip pass over to Baker, finding Denman cutting the hole. Nice pass to Clippard on the inside, and he's fouled by Adam Jones. Probably a good foul by Jones on the floor, as he would not have been able to match up well with Jared Clippard, especially in the post.
Clippard, the tallest guy for Farmington at 6'5", and he gets the ball close to the basket. He's going to finish. And that was some good low post passing by the Knights.
4:30 to go in first quarter. It's 8-4 Farmington. Inside, Lance Miller double team, kicks it out to Kraus. Left wing, spots for three. Can't get it to go. Rebound tipped around and still loose. Ball out of bounds off of the Knights. I believe that was Denman that hit it out of bounds into the DeSoto bench. And DeSoto will regain possession.
A lot of very long rebounds after some missed shots by Farmington the last couple of possessions.
Krodinger has it, hands it over to White. White's going to take it across the timeline. Double team there, gets it to Jones. Now inside Brimmer. Little turnaround, wild shot, no good. Rebound by Kraus. He's going to run the break. One-on-one, kicks it out in the corner, and the ball's deflected, I believe, out of bounds off of DeSoto.
Farmington maintained possession. Yeah, they haven't scored in some time. Just 2 minutes in, they were up 8-0, and they haven't scored since.
They've gone 2 minutes and 2 seconds without a bucket. Now it's Denman, and we're going to get a foul, I believe.
That's going to be
Lance Miller.
That's going to be a Farmington foul.
Lance Miller called for a hold as he was trying to set a screen. Still 8-4 in favor of Farmington here in the early going. Referee telling something to Adam Jones, who inbounds for DeSoto.
Farmington still with that full court press.
Gets it to O'Day, now it's Krodinger. Now it's 2-on-1 for the Knights. Great pass on the inside, and White is hammered. He'll go to the line to shoot two. Kraus gets called for the foul.
Farmington got back a little bit late, commits the foul, sending White to the charity stripe. This is another thing. DeSoto's got to do a very good job hitting free throws in this game as well. Farmington's a pretty aggressive team. They may go to the line quite often tonight.
Jared White, this is the first one, short off the front iron, came in averaging 13.7 points a game. He's a 62% free throw shooter. Just a freshman. Takes a couple of dribbles, bends the knees. Second one is up and missed that one short off the front iron as well. Rebound to the Knights. It's Baker running the break. He's going to back it out. Gets it to the top for Denman. Takes one dribble, trying to kick it out to Miller. Pass is deflected out of bounds, and it will remain with Farmington.
Clock is still running. Now it's stopped.
3:38 to go first quarter.
It was 3:41 when the ball went out of bounds.
The slow trigger finger.
Delayed reaction.
Miller takes a right wing, open three, got it to go once again. He's got 6 points, and it's 11-4 Knights.
I don't know if he can continue to work Lance Miller with a 2-3 zone. I just don't know if that's the best way to take him out.
In the backcourt, gets it to Krodinger, back to Jones. Now White got away with the travel, gets it inside to Brimmer, and he's fouled.
And Brimmer gets hammered every time he gets the ball anywhere near the basket. That time, foul was called against the Farmington defender.
On Clippard, that's his first, team's third. White inbounds, up high to Brimmer. Nice move in the post, hook shot no good, but he's fouled, he'll go to the line. This one's gonna be on Denman.
Soto struggling from the floor, just 2 of 7 shooting. Farmington 4 out of 8. 3 out of 6 from beyond the three-point arc.
Brimmer, a 61% free throw shooter, drains the first.
You can just tell the difference in his game this year.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Last year, he was kind of a little bit uncoordinated. Looked like he was lost. He definitely got in the gym as he hits both free throws. You can see he's gotten in the gym this year, or in the offseason. He looks leaps and bounds better than he was last year.
He's just not tentative anymore. He used to be tentative last year. Now he has more confidence. He's not afraid to take the ball to the basket anymore.
Miller has it right wing, steps inside the arc, takes the jumper, no good. Rebound on the inside to Baker, falls down, out of bounds, and back over to DeSoto. Good job by Nick Baker to shed that box out from DeSoto. He just couldn't quite get his balance and fell on the baseline.
Farmington's been very active under there. Very quick team. Really impressed with their speed and agility. White's in trouble.
White trapped in the backcourt, gets to Jones, gets it across the timeline to O'Day, takes a couple of dribbles. Now he's trapped. Now it's White at the free throw line. Drives to the lane, pull-up jumper, no good. Rebound to the Knights, and it's Denman running the break.
I think Farmington got a hand on that shot. Got a piece of it.
Krause has the basketball on the right wing, guarded by Krodinger. Still a 2-3 zone being applied by DeSoto. Krause picks up his dribble, hands off to Miller. Takes a couple of dribbles. Now kicks it in the left corner for Denman. Denman to the right elbow. It's Clipper, takes the jumper, no good. Rebound, Brimmer. 2:11 to go, first quarter. It's 11-6 Farmington. Brimmer hands off to White just beyond the timeline. They'll set up the offense. Gets it to Brimmer, and he throws it over Brimmer's head. It's picked off by Miller. Down the court, Krause for Denman. Try to get it back to Krause, out of bounds, and it will remain with the Farmington Knights. It was tipped out of bounds by White. And Jared White's going to take a seat. Aaron White will come into the ballgame.
It's just a second turnover by DeSoto. They've done a pretty good job in that regard, but just not looking extremely crisp in the early going. After a hot start, Farmington's cooled off quite a bit.
Aaron White, the 5'9 junior, checks into the ballgame for Jared White. First substitution we've had. Jones gets it across the timeline, being pressured, gets it over to Aaron White in the corner, and he lost the ball out of bounds. Great defense as Baker came up to apply the pressure, and White could not quite handle it.
Now White's the guy that, Aaron White coming in, you see already they're making the substitution. Jared's coming back in.
That was quick.
That's a tough spot to put that young man into. One of the smallest kids on the floor, and also a youngster. Tough spot.
Baker spots for the three, got it to go. Nick Baker with his first bucket, 14-6. Farmington with 1 minute and 30 seconds to go in the first quarter.
4 of 7 from beyond the three-point arc.
Still in that 2-3 zone on defense as well. O'Day trapped in the corner, gets it up top for Jones. Takes a couple of dribbles. Now he's double teamed, then he lost the basketball. Tried to get it to Jared White, had it picked off by Miller. His pass down court is loose on the floor, and Baker picks it up for Farmington. Brimmer had a chance to take that ball, he just couldn't quite get a handle on it.
It's 4 DeSoto turnovers now. They had been doing a pretty good job the first couple of minutes as far as protecting the ball, but that's changed.
Krause tries to drive to the lane and gets called for a travel. Need a substitution here for Farmington as Miller's going to come out of the ball game. Into the game is Andy Summers. Also, Derek Franklin checks in for Brian Krause. DeSoto switched it up to a 1-3-1 zone on that trip down the floor.
See if they stick with that.
Under a minute to go, first quarter, it's 14-6 in favor of Farmington. Jones is trapped in the right corner, about 30 feet from the basket. Gets it back from White, right wing, spots from 3, rims out. Rebound to Clipper. And the DeSoto crowd wanted a foul away from the ball. I didn't quite see it. Franklin in the right corner gets it to Clipper, right elbow over to Baker. No-look pass to Summers. Summers gets it back to Baker, another no-look pass. Now it's Denman on the baseline, has it tipped away. Summers picks it up in the left corner. Let's get past to Franklin with 26 seconds to go first quarter. Now it's Denman, gets it inside to Clipper. Back out to Summers. Over to Baker, left corner with 18 seconds to go. Franklin has it between the circles. 1-3-1 being applied by DeSoto, still that zone defense. Now 10 seconds to go in the first quarter. It's Franklin dribbling to the right side, gets it up top to Denman. Has it between the circles. Pass to Clipper, goes between his legs, out of bounds, and it will be back over to DeSoto with 3.7 to go in the first quarter.
Farmington more than likely will put on a press here. It'll be tough to get off a good shot in 3.7 seconds.
Jones will be the trigger man. Gets it all the way down court for O'Day, has it across the timeline with 2 seconds. He's going to put up a wild shot over the basket, and that will end the first quarter. So DeSoto doesn't have the greatest of first quarters. They trail Farmington 14-6. We'll step aside for 1 minute and come back to the second quarter here on 1400 KJFF.
It's like going to Harvard in Jefferson County. students have the best education possible.
Top-notch education.
Quality education is a 10.
I love the fact that Jefferson College is so close to my home.
It's great. I love it. It works for my schedule.
The housing is incredibly convenient.
Class schedules are very convenient for students.
I'm Stacy Self.
I'm Kimberly Clark.
I'm Nick Schaefer.
I'm Della Selman, and I discovered my future at Jefferson College.
We begin the second quarter with Farmington leading DeSoto 14-6. DeSoto will inbound the basketball. We're here at DeSoto High School. David Cassell and Ryan Reinheimer. High school basketball, the final game before conference season, picks up on Friday night.
We'll start off with Hillsborough and Festus on Friday. But here we got a big matchup between DeSoto and Farmington to get everybody ready.
Not a bad matchup to get things going.
Certainly not.
Krodinger to the basket, shot no good as he gets fouled on the way up. Krodinger will go to the line to shoot two.
DeSoto now just 2 of 10 shooting from the floor. 0 for 3 from beyond the arc, 2 of 4 at the free throw line. Farmington 5 of 11 at 45%. They're 4 of 7 for beyond the arc. No free throw attempts so far. Farmington's out rebounded. DeSoto 6-4. Turnovers, DeSoto with 4, Farmington with 3.
Foul was called on Cord Dietrich, who's into the game for the first time for Farmington. Krodinger comes in averaging 15.5 points a game. He's a 72.5% free throw shooter. He hit the first one, missed the second one off the back iron, and the rebound tracked down by Dietrich.
You know, one thing about Krodinger, last year he would settle for those perimeter shots. Now he takes the ball to the basket. He's really starting to elevate his game.
Still has room to improve, only
Absolutely.
a junior.
Absolutely, it's good to see.
DeSoto back in the 1-3-1 zone. Kraus, little jump step in the lane, and he took that extra step. He had the jump step, but then he took one more and gets called for a travel.
That'll be a 4th turnover on Farmington. And if it hasn't been for DeSoto's poor shooting, Farmington would probably be looking at a game that was either tied or maybe they'd be trailing.
Krodinger finds White cutting the basket, can't get the shot to go. Rebound, Brimmer on the inside, gets it to go. He's got 6, and it's 14-9 Farmington.
Well, they cut it to within 5. Still got a long ways to go, of course, before halftime. But this is a game in which Farmington, you kind of feel, is hurting themselves right now.
Summers kicks it out to Kraus in the left wing to Baker. Tries to get it to Summers, deflected for a moment, gets it back, steps inside the lane, back to Baker, left wing, gets around White, kicks it out to Summers, left corner. Little crossover dribble, pull-up jumper from 12 feet from the baseline, no good. Flying in for the rebound is Franklin. Another offensive rebound for Farmington, and
that was huge.
The Knights will set up. Franklin came out of nowhere to get that rebound.
Flying bodies, the flying Farmington Knights.
Summers on the right wing. Takes a couple steps toward the left, hands it over to Kraus. Kraus in the right corner, guarded by Jones. Pass the left wing to Baker, inside to Dietrich. Double team there. Pass deflected away by Brimmer. O'Day picks it up. DeSoto comes up with the turnover. Down court to Krodinger. Finds Brimmer cutting to the basket. Tries to get the reverse. No good, but he's fouled. That's going to be on Nick Baker. That'll be his first, team's 6th. And Brimmer goes back to the free throw line.
2 for 2 in an earlier trip. This will be another couple of opportunities for him coming up. He already has 6 points. Tell you what, DeSoto's going to be a handful again in the Jefferson County Conference this season.
Absolutely. Always a well-coached team. And when you're a well-coached team and you're well-disciplined, you've got a chance to win a lot of basketball games.
I'll tell you, I'm
That's
looking
any
forward.
sport for that matter.
Looking forward to the conference race. I mean, you got a couple of big-time favorites, no doubt. DeSoto will be in that mix, along with Hillsborough.
Brimmer hit the first free throw. He hits them both. He's 4 of 4 at the free throw line. He's got 8 points. He's got 8 of 11 for DeSoto, and they trail 14-11. Ryan Kraus has it, trying to drive to the basket. In the lane, kicks it over to Summers. Top of the key for Lance Miller, who's back in the game. Ryan Kraus, right wing. He's going to spot for 3. Shot no good. Rebound inside. Dietrich has it knocked out of his hands by O'Day. It will remain with Farmington. They'll inbound underneath their own basket. And Coach Joe Arnold is going to call a timeout. With 6:05 to go in the first half, Farmington leads DeSoto 14-11. We'll step aside for 1 minute here on 1400 KJFF. 6:05 to go, first half. Farmington leading DeSoto here at DeSoto High School by a score of 14-11. Summers inbounds underneath his own basket, gets it to Dietrich. Now it's Franklin over to Summers in the left corner. Now it's Lance Miller, takes a couple of steps, tries to pass it out to Summers, gets by him, he runs it down. Now back over to Miller, trying to drive baseline on Brimmer, behind the back dribble. Brimmer strips it away for just a moment and then knocks it out of bounds. Good defense by John Brimmer.
Well, DeSoto's getting after it. I mean, that's a pressuring zone that they're putting on. We're getting right up in the face of the ball carrier, whoever's got the ball. Ball handler, I should say.
Right now that's Derek Franklin. He gets it over to Summers on the right wing. From the top of the key, Miller spots for an NBA three and knocks it down. Lance Miller has got 9 points, all on three-pointers, and that one was about 25 feet. He shot that one just in front of the volleyball line.
Yeah, he was pretty far out there, to say the least. That was definitely NBA range.
17-11 in favor of Farmington. O'Day being trapped by Franklin. He's got to get rid of it. Hands off to Krodinger. Krodinger right side, dribbles up between the circles. Picks up his dribble, hands off to White at the free throw line. Now cutting Brimmer to the basket. And a foul called. That's going to be on Dietrich, a blocking foul on Cord Dietrich. He's been in the game for about 2 minutes and 45 seconds. He's already got 2 fouls.
Yeah, prior to that three-point bucket hit by Farmington, DeSoto was off to a 5-0 run to begin the second quarter. That was the first shot that was put through by Farmington since the second quarter began. Looks like Brimmer might be bleeding.
Bleeding from the bridge of the nose. He's going to go to the free throw line and shoot a 1-and-1. Dietrich comes out of the ball game. Back into the game is Clipper.
We're going to get him taken care of real quick before they let him head to the free throw line.
You mentioned Friday, Ryan. We have a great ball game. Hillsboro and Festus. And again, you mentioned the conference season should be a lot of fun.
I think so. Hillsboro's one of the teams in the mix. We know DeSoto's going to be there. And tell you what, Hillsboro and DeSoto, they're going to play next week. And that is going to be the rubber match. They've played twice. Once in the Steighorst tournament. Hillsboro won that one. Then they played in the semifinals of the Seacrest Junior Central Christmas tournament last week. And DeSoto won that one. So now we're going to get the rubber match next week. But I think Festus will be a tough team when conference starts. Herculaneum's going to be in the mix too. I think Perryville, because of their style, will stay in it, and they're big. And don't count out Crystal City either.
Brimmer hits the first of a 1-and-1 and hits them both. He's 6 of 6 at the line. He's the first player in double figures for either team. He's got 10 of DeSoto's 13 points. And the Dragons trail the Knights 17-13 with just over 5 minutes to go in the first half. Taylor Denman back into the game, gives it off to Kraus. Kraus now outside to Summers. A long three from the left side. Andy Summers off the bench hits his first bucket. 20-13, back to a 7-point Farmington lead. White now cutting to the basket, all the way to the lane, has a shot rejected from behind by Lance Miller, out of bounds, and DeSoto will inbound underneath their own basket.
Yeah, DeSoto's got to do a little bit better job of allowing or forcing. I know they're forcing Farmington for the three-point shots, but they're going down. They gotta watch
Jones
that.
spots for three from the top of the key off the back iron. Rebound tipped around, and Kraus comes down with it. 2-on-1 for Farmington. Finds Denman cutting to the basket. Easy layup, good. And it's a 9-point Farmington lead. 22-13. DeSoto breaks the pressure. Jared White drives to the hoop. Left-handed layup, no good. Rebound still loose, and Summers picks it up for Farmington. Running the fast break. He does not have numbers. He's going to pull it back out. Gives it over to Kraus, left wing. Skip pass in the corner for Miller. Right corner, spots for three. Left it short. Rebound Clipper. Another offensive rebound for Farmington. Now it's Denman from the top of the key. Missed the three off to the right. Good rebound there by John Krodinger. 4 minutes to go. First half, it's 22-13 in favor of Farmington. Krodinger on the left wing. Skip pass at the right side for Jones. Underneath the basket. Pass hits the backboard. He was looking for O'Day. And Farmington is up with a 2-on-2. Kraus drives to the basket and he's fouled. He'll go to the line to shoot two. It'll be Farmington's first 2 free throws of the game. Foul called on Jared White. That's his first. While Kraus is getting set to take his free throws, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. Actually, well, let's hold that thought. We're going to get a 30-second timeout from DeSoto, so we're going to step aside for 30 seconds and then come back here to DeSoto High School here on 1400 KJFF. 3:47 to go, first half. Farmington leading DeSoto 22-13. Brian Kraus at the foul line to shoot a couple of free throws for Farmington, I should say. Kraus, the 5'10 senior. This is the first one off the back iron. Comes in averaging 7.7 points a game. He's a 66% free throw shooter.
These are the first foul shots for Farmington.
Kraus hits 1 of 2, and it's a 10-point lead, the biggest of the night for Farmington and the Knights. Only 2 team fouls on DeSoto in the half, 7 for Farmington. Crodinger has it. Tries to get Brimmer cutting to the lane. The pressure defense got to him. It's tipped away and picked up by Miller. Another DeSoto turnover. Miller gets it down court to Kraus. To the top of the key for Denman. Thought about the 3 steps inside the arc. Now he takes the jumper, can't get it to go. Rebound tipped around and Brimmer comes up with it. Not a bad idea as Denman took a couple steps in and get a little bit of a better high percentage shot. Just couldn't quite finish it.
Still amazing that Farmington's hitting 3-point shots at a better percentage than they are 2-point shots.
Crodinger hits from just inside the free throw line. He's got 5 and it's 23-15. 3 minutes to go, first half. Summers has it on the left wing for Farmington. Gets it over the right wing for Miller. Behind the back dribble. Left of the key is Denman. In the left corner for Summers to the top for Kraus. Little jab step. Gets White to back off with the pressure. Now over to Denman. Right corner for Miller. Drives baseline. Little spin move. 6 feet from the basket. Can't get the shot to go and he's fouled on the elbow. This one's going to be on Adam Jones. That's the 3rd team foul on Farmington. The 2nd one on Jones and Miller will go to the line to shoot 2. Miller comes in again, averaging 17 points a game. He's an 81% free throw shooter. Already has 9 points tonight.
Yeah, Farmington came in with a record of 8-2, winners of the Bob Seabush Jr. Christmas tournament. You know, they've lost to 2 quality opponents this year too, Oakville being one of them. And the other one was, I believe, Wentzville Holt.
Miller missed the first free throw, and he hits the second. He's in double figures. Nick Baker checks back into the game for Farmington. He'll replace Summers. 2:44 to go in the first half, 24-15 in favor of Farmington. Jared White has it at the right elbow, drives to the basket, wild move, but he gets fouled. He'll go to the line to shoot 2 and kind of pounds the floor in frustration that he couldn't finish. And he's getting beat up when he drives to the lane, but only a freshman. He's probably not used to that. Probably didn't see that a whole lot on the 8th grade level last year.
No, I would think not. He's just a kid that, you know, number one, you need to finish a little bit better, but you need to hit these foul shots. They got to take advantage because DeSoto's going to be there for a lot, I think, in this game, and they're not hitting them at a consistent clip.
Missed the first one. He's now 0 of 3 at the line. The foul was called on Jared Clifford, and he checks out of the ball game. Into the game is John Schnurbush, number 22. White missed them all. He's 0 for 4 at the line, and all 4 of his free throws have been left short.
Not good if you're DeSoto.
No, not at all. Miller gets it over to Kraus, left of the key. On the 3-point arc. Now it's Baker, drives to the right elbow, finds Schnurbush. Great no-look pass from Nick Baker. And it's an 11-point Farmington lead, 26-15, approaching 2 minutes to go, first half.
He did a great job cutting into that zone. Found an easy bucket.
Crodinger double teams, steps out beyond the arc and lost the basketball out of bounds. Thought he was bumped for just a moment, no call. Another DeSoto turnover, back over to Farmington, leading 26-15, 2:02 to go, first half.
Turnover number 7 for DeSoto. And it's just not working out right now for the Dragons.
DeSoto back in the 2-3 zone. Didn't have a whole lot of success in the first quarter in that zone. Kraus splits, goes up into a triple team as he tried to jump step to split that defense. Lost it on the way up and goes out of bounds.
Dragons need to continue to step up defensively, but they need to run some offense. Their defense has not been that poor in this game, but they just can't score. They're not getting good shots at all.
Adam Jones gets it over to Crodinger just inside the 3-point arc from the right corner, gets it to go. Good job by Crodinger, and he's got 7. Nick Baker in the left corner. Let's get past the top to Miller. Behind the back dribble, good defense by Jones in the corner for Baker. Back to Miller, post up, double team, lost the basketball. Brimmer saves it inbounds, no, he's on the baseline. Great hustle there by Dron Brimmer. He came in for the double team as he was helping out Adam Jones.
He gets those long arms extended, and I'll tell you what, it's tough to pass around him.
He's all over the floor tonight. 1:15 to go in the first half. Denman has it on the right wing, in the right corner for Miller. Takes one dribble, picks up his dribble, now in the far corner for Kraus. Guarded by Crodinger. Kraus is going to take a little jump step in the lane, kicks it out to Miller. Long 3, left it well short, rebound Crodinger. Crodinger pass down court to Jared White. White's going to drive all the way to the basket, pull up jumper off the window and good. And we're going to get a whistle. The basket counts, and I believe
You getting a foul afterwards, or
I'm not.
no?
I believe a foul was called. Not exactly sure what the whistle was about there. No foul put up on the board, so I'm going to assume there wasn't a foul called. Just heard Coach Joe Arnold say something about the last shot, but Schnurbush gets it on the inside, puts up a wild shot, no good. Rebound, now it's Krodinger. Krodinger has to back it out, 1-on-3. He's going to spot for three in the left corner, can't get it to go. Rebound to Kraus. He's going to go one-on-one with Adam Jones. Little pull up from about 15, had it stripped away from behind by Jared White. Good job by DeSoto to come back on defense. With 22 seconds to go, they're down by 7. White gets it over to Krodinger. He's going to spot for three from the left wing. Left it short off the front of the rim. Rebound to Kraus. Tries to split the double team down the court. And boy, Kraus does not waste any time as he was fouled. Tripped on the way to the basket. That's just the 4th team foul. That's going to be on Jones, actually. That's number 3 on Adam Jones.
DeSoto's not hitting perimeter shots, and Krodinger's he doesn't have that touch right now. DeSoto as a team is 0 for 6 from beyond the arc, and of course we know outside shooting is usually one of DeSoto's strengths, but it's not working out in this game.
Baker gets it to Kraus, now to Schnurbush. Sends it around to Denman with 6 seconds to go in the first half. Over to Kraus, back to Denman. 3 seconds to go. Denman, little pull-up jumper, gets it to go just before the buzzer from the right baseline. Taylor Denman with his 2nd bucket, and that makes it 28-19 in favor of Farmington. So Farmington having a pretty solid first half. Probably didn't even play their best basketball, but DeSoto just could not find their stroke shooting it in that first half. 28-19 is our score as we head to halftime. We'll step aside for a moment. Come back with some halftime reaction here on 1400 KJFF.
The teachers' doors are always open.
Faculty commitment.
What I like the best is just the overall enthusiasm that the teachers have.
The faculty understands our students.
Jefferson College has a very comprehensive education.
Just being part of Jefferson College is like my second family.
Top quality education.
I'm Rachel Schrage.
I'm Jose Soloria.
I'm Della Selman.
I'm Shayna Payton, and I discovered my future at Jefferson College.
The fine arts programs here at Jefferson College just are being recognized all over the state because of the quality of education that the students receive and because of the faculty that's involved with the programs. Jefferson College also has opportunity to give our students more of a scope of experiences through their concert band, the jazz band, the choral performances, great theory program. Our students are doing very well over the last couple years, going to the 4-year programs, being able to transfer, and then going on to become teachers, performers. We have students involved with programs in Branson, throughout the Midwest. Jefferson College, I think, is one of the best programs going in the state of Missouri.
DeSoto on the floor as we get set to begin the second half. Their original starting 5. Surprised to see Adam Jones out there with 3 fouls. You mentioned that not a whole lot of depth, but still got 3 fouls. And that's taking a big risk. It's Jones, Krodinger, O'Day, Bremer, and White for DeSoto. The original starting 5 for Farmington: Baker, Kraus, Denman, Clippard, and Miller. Farmington will inbound the basketball to begin this second quarter, leading 28-19, second half, I should say. Kraus has the basketball, gets it over to Miller. Out of Kraus, top of the key, over to Baker, left wing, gets it to Clippard, skip pass, Denman spots for 3, right wing. Shot too strong, rebound, and Jones comes down with it. Jones a 2-on-1, and he's going to get fouled from behind by Brian Kraus. Kraus holding the jersey of Adam Jones. That's number 2 on Kraus.
Farmington committed a lot of fouls in the first half, and all of a sudden they pick up 1 in the first 14 seconds of the second half.
And a foul this time on DeSoto as Jared White gets called for an elbow as Taylor Denman was trying to keep him from getting the inbounds pass out of bounds, and I guess White kind of lowered the elbow there.
The referee was right there to make the call. I mean, he saw it right in front of him.
Clippard on the inside, takes 1 dribble, picks it up just inside the arc, left wing, kicks it out to Kraus, dribbles between the circles. Now over to the right side for Denman, guarded by Jared White. Man-to-man defense now for DeSoto. This is the first time we've seen that. Kraus drives to the basket, now steps back out. Dribbles between the circles, gets it over to Baker, right wing. On the inside, it's Denman baseline. Kicks it out right elbow to Clippard. Takes a couple of dribbles, tries to drive on O'Day, lost the ball out of bounds, over to the DeSoto Dragons.
Turnover against Farmington.
He tried to take that one right at Brandon O'Day. Clifford's no small man, but O'Day, there aren't a whole lot of people in the state that are going to move him around.
You're not going to move him very much, no. O'Day goes about 6'4", 260, 265, maybe 270.
He has it on the inside now, tries to make a move, kicks it out to Kroninger, swings it around to Jones, top of the key. Had the shot for a moment, then passed it up inside. Brimmer puts up a wild shot, no good. Rebound inside to O'Day. His putback goes down, and it's down to a 7-point deficit for DeSoto. 28-21. Lance Miller has it. Now DeSoto back in his own defense. 1-3-1. So that have some success in the first half. It's Miller in the left corner, swinging it around to Kraus. Now Denman. Skip pass to the left side for Miller. On the inside left elbow to Clifford. He takes the shot and gets to rattle home. Clifford with his second bucket. Back to a 9-point Farmington lead, and now that full court press being applied by Farmington. Jones tries to get it across the timeline. Good defense by Denman. Gets it across to Kroninger. Has the pass down low to Brimmer. Gets away from him, but he saves it inside to O'Day, who gets the bucket to go down. And there's an injured Farmington Knight. It's Nick Baker who's limping off the floor. And quickly, Andy Summers comes into the ballgame.
Yeah, Bremer saved that ball from going out of bounds. It's kind of like, oh, look what I found. If you're Brandon O'Day, the ball would just happen to go right to his chest, and easy layup there. Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. And DeSoto right now will take anything.
Baker was the player for Farmington who came out of the game. This is right leg. Something with his right leg, and Miller throws the pass out of bounds. He was looking for Denman, but threw it too far out of his reach.
All of a sudden, DeSoto's got a little bit of life here. I mean, they're only down by 7, but they've been struggling in this game. But they're right in this thing. If they're able to score on this place is going to get louder, and all of a sudden, Farmington may have a handful.
Jones with the basketball, dribbles to the left wing, has it poked away for a moment, almost stepped on the sideline, gets it off to Brimmer. Now it's Kroninger. His pass is taken away by Brian Kraus. Kraus is so quick. At 5'10", he runs a 4.440, if you can believe that. Inside, Clifford from the left block gets the shot to go.
Nice touch on that short jumper by the big man.
32-23, and just like that, that momentum shift goes right back over to Farmington.
Right back to a 9-point lead, which is where it was to start the quarter.
O'Day almost lost the handle on the basketball. He hands it off to Jones. Jones playing with 3 fouls, top of the key over to Kroninger. Thought about the 3. Now hands back over to Jones between the circles. Being guarded by Kraus. Inside at the free throw line, O'Day tries to find White, cutting to the basket. Pass deflected away by Miller, picked up by Clifford. Now it's Miller pushing the ball down court, gets it to Denman. Back to Miller. He'll spot for 3 from the left wing. Can't get it to go. Rebound skied for by John Kroninger. Just taking a look at Nick Baker over on the Farmington bench right now. It looks like they're trying to tape up his left ankle.
Looks like he's in a little bit of pain. He's got that shirt in front of him, that warm-up jersey. He's got it over his head.
Jared White thought about driving baseline, picks up his dribble, gets it to O'Day. O'Day lost the handle on the basketball. Ball loose on the floor, picked up by Denman. 2-on-1. Back to Kraus, over to Denman. Great 2-on-1 basketball fast break. Denman gets the bucket. Kraus gets the assist, and it's an 11-point lead, which matches the largest lead for Farmington in this ballgame, 34-23.
That's 10 turnovers now in the game for DeSoto.
Kroninger just inside the free throw line, gets his man up in the air, finds White cutting to the basket, all the way to the hole. Strong move, gets it to go. It's his second bucket. 4 minutes to go, third quarter. It's 34-25. DeSoto not out of it yet. Not by a long shot. Kraus with it, jump step in the lane, trying to get it to Miller. Ball taken away by Kroninger, picked up by O'Day.
It's a 9th turnover on Farmington.
It's been a sloppy ball game. Inside as Kroninger tried to get the pass down low to Brimmer, and he'll be fouled by Clifford. That's number 3 on Jared Clifford, and back into the game is Cord Dietrich immediately off the bench.
Clifford will probably sit in perhaps the remainder of the third quarter. And now it's Dietrich's turn to try to deal with Bremer.
Inbound pass goes to Brimmer, takes one dribble, strong move to the hole, and got the shot to go down. John Brimmer has 12 points, and that was a tough shot in the lane. He got double teamed.
He's almost single-handedly keeping this team in the game.
Timeout Farmington, full timeout with 3:31 to go in the third quarter. They lead DeSoto 34-27. We're back in 60 seconds here on KJEF. Farmington inbounds, leading 34-27, 3:30 to go in the third quarter. Over DeSoto. Brian Kraus with the basketball. Gets it over to the right side for Lance Miller. Miller drives to the free throw line, kicks out to Krause, left wing. He's thinking about the three, and White's right there to guard him. He's going to drive baseline, little crossover, has to pull it back out. Out to the top for Summers. Now it's Miller. Miller's going to hand off to Brian Krause. He's going to set up the offense. Moving over to the right side for Denman. Back to the top for Summers. Has his pass deflected by Krodinger, picked up by Krause. Back to the top for Miller. He's not shy about shooting it from the volleyball line. Now it's Denman on the left wing, guarded heavily by Jones. Jones playing with those 3 fouls. Krodinger guarding Krause inside to Denman. Nice pass down low for Dietrich, kicks it out. Summers spots for 3 from the left side, knocks it down. Summers has a couple of baskets. He's got 6 points, and they're both 3-pointers. 37-27 Farmington.
Back to a 10-point advantage for the Knights.
Now it's Jared White. He'll spot for 3, left it short from the left wing. And a foul called, loose ball foul on the rebound. On DeSoto.
Might have just been out of bounds off of DeSoto.
Okay. I saw the referee point as if there was a foul, but he never signaled to the scorer's table who it was on. Krodinger intercepts the pass by Summers. He's going to drive to the basket. Krause gets him before he goes up, and Krause with unbelievable speed, as I mentioned before. He runs a 4.440. He's got great speed, and that makes up for great recovery speed.
Well, he came after Krodinger in a pretty good way that time, was not going to allow him to get an easy layup. You go to the line, you earn it there.
Krodinger's got 7 points in the game. Scoreless here in the third quarter so far. He's 1 of 1 at the line tonight. That's the 3rd foul on Brian Krause, and Derek Franklin set to check back in for Farmington. Krodinger hits the first. Krause takes a seat for the Knights. He and Clippard both on the bench with 3 fouls.
It's been a game in which you could tell both teams have been off for some time.
Krodinger hits both free throws. He's got 9. It's 37-29 in favor of Farmington. You're absolutely right. These two teams played each other 6 days ago, and they haven't played a game since. Last time they played was 2008.
That's right.
Jared White comes up with the loose ball. He took it away from Summers, and then his pass down court was intercepted by Franklin, and O'Day commits the foul. Just kind of a lazy pass there by White. He was looking for Krodinger. He's upset with himself. He definitely knows he missed an opportunity there.
Yeah, one turnover led to another. See if Farmington takes advantage of this, gets it back to a double-digit lead.
Denman between the circles, dribbles up to the free throw line, kicks it out, tries to get it to Summers, and the pass deflected out of bounds into the Farmington bench by Jared White.
Good job by Summers just to let that ball go, knowing it was off one of the DeSoto defenders. Don't take a risk, just let it go out of bounds and reset everything. There's no shot clock. You don't have to worry about that.
1:40 to go, third quarter. It's 37-29 Farmington. Franklin double teamed. He gets it to Miller. Little jump stop in the lane. Got the shot to go. Tough shot by Lance Miller. He's got 12. First points of the second half. Back to a 10-point lead for Farmington. Adam Jones. Little trap zone being applied by Farmington. Gets it to Brimmer, and Brimmer's drive to the basket has it stripped away by Summers. Out of bounds, and it will remain with DeSoto. This game was 28-19 at the end of the first half, so both teams have scored 11 points here in the third quarter.
There's been a lot of turnovers just in this quarter alone between these two teams combined. There's 9 between the two. It's just one of those sloppy games.
And another sloppy pass by Adam Jones. He tried to get it inside to Brimmer, and Miller intercepts the pass, and then O'Day commits his second foul. I apologize, I said both teams have scored 11. Farmington has scored 11. DeSoto has scored 10. Approaching 1 minute to go in the third quarter. Double-digit lead here for Farmington, 39-29. Lance Miller skip pass in the top for Franklin. Takes one dribble and then shuffles his feet as he was looking to get the pass to Summers, but Jared White stepped into the passing lane, and it caused Franklin to pick up his pivot foot and slide that pivot foot, I should say, and it's a turnover for Farmington.
That is the 12th turnover overall for Farmington.
Jared White brings it across the timeline, hands off to Jones, right side. Now over to the left side for White. Back over to Jones in the right wing. Thought about the 3. Closeout defense by Denman. Dribbles it to the top, over to Krodinger. Long 3 from the right wing, left it well short. O'Day on the inside with the rebound. Back to the top for Jones. Inside Brimmer, all alone underneath the basket. Blew the layup underneath. Lance Miller behind the back dribble. No look pass to Franklin. What a pass. And Franklin gets the layup. Great feed from Lance Miller. 41-29.
Farmington's such an unselfish team. I mean, Lance Miller, yeah, he averages 17 points a game, but there's a lot of guys that just do a little bit on this team to help out, and we see why. Plays like that.
Jared White tried to split the double team, and Lance Miller commits a foul. That's the second foul on Miller, 14th foul on Farmington. Just 9 seconds to go here in the third quarter, and we're going to get a substitution as Lucas Thomas checks into the ball game. He'll replace Miller for the final 9 seconds of the quarter. First time we've seen Thompson, Lucas Thompson. And nope, they're not going to let him come in. So Miller will have to come back into the ball game. They weren't going to let him come into the game.
Wonder why that is.
So 9.3 seconds to go.
Don't know why they're doing that.
Jared.
It's a stoppage of play. You should be allowed to have a sub.
White has his pass deflected out of bounds by
Now
Miller.
they can bring him in.
Now they can bring him in. Didn't waste any time off the clock. It should have. Probably about 0.2, but
yeah,
it
the
didn't.
ball was touched, so the clock should have started.
So now we got everything squared away. Lucas Thompson into the ball game. Jones inbounding from the sideline. Gets it inbound to Krodinger with 8 seconds to go. He's going to spot for three from the left wing, way off the mark, way too strong. And goes out of bounds with 2.6 seconds to go. Farmington with the final shot for this third quarter, leading by 12.
DeSoto is 0 for 9 from beyond the arc.
Denman gets it inbounds from the volleyball line, shoots the three, and just off the mark. But Farmington with another solid quarter, they lead by 12 as we head to the fourth. 41-29 over DeSoto here on 1400 KJFF.
Very affordable.
They have a convenient tutoring schedule that works around my schedule.
Jefferson College is very challenging.
They have a diverse campus.
This is the very beginning of the second part of my life, and I have a new sense of direction and a new passion in my life.
They are committed with my success.
The quality of education here, I would give it a 10. I'm Kimberly Clark.
I'm Shayna Payton.
I'm Jose Soloria.
I'm Rachel Schrage.
I'm Della Selman.
I'm Nick Schaefer.
I'm Stacy Self, and I discovered my future at Jefferson College.
Back for the fourth quarter here on 1400 KJFF. Farmington leading DeSoto 41-29. DeSoto will get the ball first to start off this fourth quarter, and they need to get some sort of a run going here, or else this ball game will be over sooner than they know.
No, there's no doubt. And the shots have not gone down for DeSoto. 0 for 9 on three-point shots.
Krodinger commits another turnover, trying to find Brimmer cutting in the basket, and they've committed a ton of turnovers.
Just a matter of DeSoto's just not hitting their shots. The perimeter shots not going. They certainly look like a team that has not played in 6 days.
These two teams met 6 days ago on New Year's Eve in the championship game of the Bob Seacrest Junior Central Christmas Tournament Championship. Farmington beat DeSoto 55-51. Pass inside the D-string by Denman is knocked away by O'Day. Picked up by Jared White, another Farmington turnover. O'Day, 15-footer from the baseline, no good. Rebound inside, still loose on the floor, and it will remain with DeSoto.
I don't know if you really want O'Day taking that shot.
Yeah, open look, but 15 feet, yeah, I think Farmington would give that to him all day. A couple of substitutions here for the Knights as Franklin, Dietrich, and Thompson all come out. Back into the game are Krause, Clippard, and Baker. Good to see him back into the game after he got injured. Jones spots for three, no good. Krodinger, strong rebound. His putback is no good. Rebound to Miller, and he's all alone coming down the lane, and Krodinger from behind fouls him hard. Miller will go to the free throw line, but Krodinger, great job of making up that. Miller just kind of took off beyond everybody else, and good job by Krodinger to make up the ground.
We've seen DeSoto miss a couple of shots in the paint, too. Right there on the blocks. They've blown a couple of layups. Things are not going down easily for DeSoto.
Miller hits the first free throw. He's got 13.
And how difficult is it after you play a 16-team tournament, you play a team in the championship and you lose, and then you got to turn around 6 days later and play that team again? That's just the way the schedule worked out.
How about for the winner, for Farmington?
Yeah, I mean, it's not easy for either one of them. But it's just how the schedule worked out. And who would have thought that Farmington and DeSoto would meet in the championship, number one, and then number two, that they would happen to be playing again a regular scheduled game this early.
Krodinger's shot in the lane, little teardrop doesn't go. Rebound out of bounds off of O'Day. Miller hit both free throws in the last trip down the floor for Farmington. It's 43-29, under 7 minutes to go in the game. Ryan Krause with the basketball. Hands it off. Now it's Summers at the top of the key. Summers hands off to Denman. Denman at the free throw line. Little move, kicks it out to Krause, left wing. Over to Miller on the left side. Swings it over to Summers in the right wing, guarded by White. Good defense by White, hands off to Krause. About 30 feet from the basket, little jump step in the lane. Great pass on the inside to Clippard, and he had the shot blocked from behind by Jared White.
Yeah, White got a piece of that, kind of stripped it away from him. Nice defensive play by White.
DeSoto needs a bucket here. O'Day, little spin move in the lane, can't get the left-handed hook shot to go, and a tie-up on the rebound and between Brimmer and Clippard, and the ball will go over to Farmington with 6:17 to go in the game. DeSoto really needed a bucket on that trip.
And then again, once more, they miss a shot right underneath the basket. They've missed a couple of those.
Wasn't a very good shot, a left-handed hook on a turnaround jumper by O'Day.
It was almost like a left-handed scoop shot.
Miller spots for three, too strong. Rebound by White. Gets it off to Jones. Jones crosses the timeline, gets it to Krodinger. Steps inside the baseline, hands off to White. Lost control for a moment, now hands to Jones, top of the key. Finds Krodinger at the free throw line, kicks it out to O'Day, driving baseline all the way to the bucket, got the shot to go down. 6 points for Brandon O'Day, it's 43-31, 5:40 to go in the ball game. DeSoto now needs a stop on defense. Double teaming Miller, it's Brimmer and Jones. He lost the basketball, Jones comes up with it and calls timeout. Heads up play by Adam Jones.
That's why Jones was playing when he was in foul trouble to start the second half, because of what he does defensively.
It's a full timeout. We'll step aside. 43-31 is our score with 5:32 to go in the ball game. Farmington leading DeSoto here on KJEF. .5:25 to go in the ball game. Farmington leads DeSoto 43-31. Farmington now playing his own defense. Brimmer has to save the pass inbounds, saves it to Krause. Another DeSoto turnover. Krause 2-on-1, gets it to Denman. Left-handed layup, got it to go. Another turnover cost the DeSoto Dragons.
Yeah, turnovers have not been good for DeSoto. Haven't been that good for Farmington either, to be honest. But that was a costly one at a bad time.
Farmington's been capitalizing on the DeSoto turnovers. DeSoto has not done the same. Brimmer on the inside, nice little up and under move, and he missed the layup. Rebound run down by Krause in the corner. Now hands off to Summers. And Summers is going to slow things down with 4:45 to go in the game. Krause has the basketball. Guarded by Brimmer. That's a mismatch there. Krause drives all the way to the basket. A lot of contact. No foul called. Ball out of bounds. It will remain with Farmington. And Krause thought he was fouled, and he might have a case there. He got hit pretty hard.
Yeah, White seemed to be the last one that got to him, and certainly got more physical with him than anyone else did.
Krause tries to find it. Miller down low. It's knocked away. Picked up by Clippard in the corner for Denman. Had a wide open three, but wisely passed it up to kill some more time on the clock. Now it's Clippard over to Krause. Left wing for Miller. Back to Krause between the circles. Farmington trying to kill time here, and Krodinger will go out and foul Brian Krause. That's the 5th team foul on DeSoto. Second on Krodinger. .422 to go in the ball game. Farmington on top, 45-31. Krodinger will come out to meet Krause and pressure him a little bit. Hands off to Summers. Summers picks up his dribble at the timeline and gets it to Denman on the left wing. Denman splits a double team, jump step in the lane, shot rejected out of bounds by Jones.
No foul on that one either. He got all ball. Or did he?
I don't know. Into the ball game is Aaron White. And they're going to call a clean block on Jones.
Yeah, clean block, just out of bounds, back to Farmington.
Aaron White will replace Brandon O'Day. So there's probably a lot more pressure coming from this DeSoto defense. Krause being pressured by White. Now it's Denman at the top. With a crossover dribble. Pull up at the free throw line. Great job by Taylor Denman. A nice crossover. He's in double figures, and he pulled that one from about 16 feet.
And continues to increase that Farmington lead, too. 16 points. I think their largest lead of the night.
It is their largest lead, 47-31. With 3:35 to go in the game. And Krodinger, another lazy pass, has it intercepted by Taylor Denman. Denman just stepped into the passing lane there.
Just stepped right in front. I think the DeSoto player was starting to back his way towards the basket a little bit as the ball was coming. And that allowed Denman to slide in front and just get a hand on it and strip it away.
Foul immediately committed on Brimmer. That's his first. So a 16-point Farmington lead. Denman back to Kraus. Kraus over to Miller. And poked away for a moment by Kroninger. Now it's Kraus in the corner. Denman spots for three. Can't get it to go. Rebound out of bounds off of DeSoto, off of Adam Jones. Jones thought he was pushed from behind by Schnurbush, who's back into the ball game, and did not get the call. Inbounding is Schnurbush, looking for somebody close to a 5-second, gets it to Miller. Jones went for the steal, didn't get it. Great pass inside Schnurbush. Back to Kraus, left wing, spots for three. Shot no good, rebound Brimmer. DeSoto's gonna have to push this tempo if they want to get back into this game, approaching 3 minutes to go in the game. White all the way to the basket, shot no good. A foul called before the shot on the floor. Get a 15 foul on Farmington.
White tried to do what he does best. That's take the ball to the basket. Loves that dribble penetration. That time Farmington fouled him in order to not allow him to get that easy layup.
Second foul on Taylor Denman. White trying to inbound and gets it to the top for Aaron White. Comes over to the left side for Adam Jones. Has his pass to White deflected in the corner. White drives baseline, puts up the wild shot off the glass and good.
Took a little
acrobatic
contact
shot there by White.
Quite a bit of a contact, but no foul was called. Instead, they will call foul on Aaron White.
That'll be White's first, Aaron White's first, and Kraus will go to the free throw line to shoot a 1-and-1.
17 fouls against DeSoto, so now they have to force Farmington to the line, hoping that they maybe miss a couple of these down the stretch, which will help allow them get back into the game.
2:50 to go in the ball game. Kraus is 1 of 2 at the line tonight. Make it 2 of 3. Hits the first. He's got 5 points. Earns himself another free throw. Second one is up off the back iron, but a lane violation called on Farmington.
Missed it anyway, but Farmington appeared to be on their way to a possible offensive rebound until the whistle said otherwise.
2:45 to go in the ball game. 48-33. Farmington on top of DeSoto. Brimmer on the left elbow. Guarded by Clipper. Takes one dribble, steps inside the lane, little up and under, and he traveled. Yeah, he got from about the free throw line all the way to the basket in no steps. That usually doesn't work out too well.
Yeah, he stepped. He pretty much established which foot was his pivot foot, and then took a step with the other foot. You can't do that.
Miller drives to the basket, lost it on the way up, out of bounds off of DeSoto with 2:30 to go in the game. So Farmington, just 2 minutes and 30 seconds from possibly making sure that they have a higher seed in the district tournament than DeSoto does. Kraus gets fouled on the inside and gets the shot to go down.
Nice little backdoor cut, great inbounds play, easy layup, chance for the three-point play. And it looks like it's going to be Farmington with the victory here tonight in the rematch. They're going to have 2 nice big victories over DeSoto.
It's going to look good again for that district seeding.
Absolutely.
50-33, the largest lead of the game for Farmington. Jared White, pull-up jumper from 15 off the left elbow, good. Got 8 points. Miller lost the basketball. Kroninger picks it up. Over to Jones, right corner, spots for 3, no good. Rebound, still loose on the floor. Brimmer knocks it to Aaron White, who gives it to Jared White. White drives the lane, jump step in the lane, no good, and he's fouled. Schnurbush gets called for the block. Jared White will go to the free throw line to shoot 2. He is 0 for 4 on the night at the charity stripe.
Hasn't been there for a while. His 4 attempts, I think, all came in the first quarter.
And he hits the first. He's got 9. It's a 14-point Farmington lead. And he hits them both. Free throws that he needed to make, he made them. So it's 50-37. Now Farmington applying some pressure in the backcourt. Kraus double team, tries to split it, gets the ball off to Denman. They're still in the backcourt. Denman's going to have to cross the timeline and does. Jones comes out to foul him. No call by the referee. Now it's Kraus. Kraus guarded by Aaron White. And Turns it over to Miller. Miller in the corner, drives baseline, pull-up jumper from 15, no good. Rebound inside Clipper, another offensive rebound. Ball poked away for a moment. And a foul called. No foul called. Jared White stepped on the baseline when he stripped the ball from Clipper. Minute 36 to go in the game. 50-37 Farmington. Schnurbush inbound it. Looking for someone, finds Denman in the right corner. He's going to dribble it out to the top, hands off to Kraus. Kraus on the right side, back to Denman between the circles. Denman's going to back it out. Trap defense, skip past to Schnurbush. Good job tight roping that sideline and making sure he knew exactly where he was on the floor.
Yeah, he took a quick look back. He had a lot of time to do so, knew right where he was.
Jared White commits the foul. It'll be a 1-and-1, and Taylor Denman will go to the line. He's got 10 points in the night. This is his first chance at the free throw line.
Well, Farmington's going to get their 9th win of the season to go along with just 2 defeats, and DeSoto's going to end up dropping to 9-3 with the loss here tonight.
Denman's first shot pinballs home. He's got 11. 51-37. And he hits them both. 52-37 now in favor of Farmington with a minute and 20 seconds to go in the game. Jared White crosses the timeline. Gets it to the top for Kroninger. Inside for Brimmer. Great position down low. Tries to make a move around. Clipper gets the shot up. No good. Rebound saved inbounds by Schnurbush. Gives it off to Denman. Full court press being applied by Farmington. And White knocks the ball out of bounds. Pass intended for Brian Kraus. And into the ball game for the first time is Landon Barks, number 25, for Farmington. Minute and 2 seconds to go. Miller gets the inbound pass, almost knocked away by Kroninger. Miller retrieves it. Under a minute to go in the ball game, and Kraus is fouled by White. Aaron White, that is. It's second foul on Aaron White, and Kraus will go to the line to shoot a 1-and-1.
I give Farmington a lot of credit. They come up here knowing it was going to be a tough environment. It was going to be a tough game to win at DeSoto when they played such a tight game in the previous meeting.
On a neutral floor.
On a neutral floor that time. This time they were going to their opponent's home court, and they're going to come away with a big road victory here tonight. And talk about a good way to start off 2009. Not only did they win those 5 games in a 6-day span down at Park Hills, well, I guess it's 4 games. But they're going to win their 5th straight, and they even started that winning streak prior.
It was a 2-shot foul. Kraus missed them both. 50 seconds to go in the ball game. It's 52-37 Farmington. Jones will spot for a long 3, left it short, and a loose ball foul. Looks like it'll be on Farmington.
DeSoto still does not have a 3-point bucket.
They have struggled mightily.
They're 0 for 11 from beyond the arc.
Clippard gets called for the foul, and that puts John Brimmer at the free throw line. Brimmer's been had a nice ball game, a little bit quiet in the second half, but DeSoto's had to settle for outside jumpers more than anything, and they've had some trouble getting him the basketball regardless. He hits the first of a 1-and-1. He's got 13 points now.
He's had a solid effort, but again, like you said, when you got to battle from behind the way they have virtually the entire second half, he's just kind of been a non-factor.
Jared Sapper, the freshman, checks into the ball game. Brimmer hit them both. Brimmer's night is probably over with 45 seconds to go. Barks with it in the backcourt. Gets it across the timeline to Miller, and Miller is immediately fouled by Kroninger. That's 3 on John Kroninger, and Lance Miller will go to the line to shoot 2. Lance Miller, the 6'3" senior wing player for Farmington.
I think I said earlier that Farmington's only defeats were to Holt and Oakville. Actually, it was Pacific and Oakville. Pacific's a pretty good team this year. But this Farmington team got tested early. Played a lot of very good teams. They beat Rockwood Summit, beat Wentzville Holt along the way, and now they're going to have 2 wins over DeSoto.
Miller missed the 2 free throws. Landon Barks with a rebound. Great job driving to the baseline and finding Miller underneath the basket for the shot. Miller's got leading scorer tonight with 16. 15-point lead, and Sapper takes the shot from the free throw line. No good. Rebound inside by Lucas Thompson, who's back into the ball game. Looks like DeSoto will let Farmington just run out the clock here. Mark's kind of trapped in the corner, gets it to the top. Now it's Kraus with 9 seconds to go, and ball poked away by Jared White. White's going to go all the way to the basket. Left-handed layup got it to go, and that will end the ball game. So Farmington wins it 54-41 over the DeSoto Dragons. Farmington improves to 9-2. DeSoto will fall to 9-3.